Hi, this is Linda, and somebody had asked about how to modify an applique so that there weren't any satin stitches across the backside. I already did a video creating this process in Create, which is part of Ultra. For those with Extra, you have to kind of go about it just a little bit differently and be very cautious of what you do. So this is basically what we're going to create. It's not perfect, but it's just another option that you can use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do File, and I'm going to do a new window. So we have a new window of doing this. I'm going to leave it with a 240 by 150 hoop. It's not a big deal. We're going to go to the Wizards tab, and we're going to go to the Express Design and select on Express Design into Rectangle. Now, normally I set my hoop to do this, but because we're doing two different pieces, I want to do it this way. So we're going to Express Design into Rectangle, and we're going to create Express Design into Rectangle. And with the little box next to your arrow, your cursor, you want to create a box. So click, hold, and drag, and then the pop-up will come up. We're going to create an express border. We're going to do next. We're going to load a picture, and what I need to do is find something that's kind of like a square that we can use, and I'm just going to use this one for example, and it's under your Premier+2 EMB Pix 2 Geometrics. So I'm going to do OK, and I don't care about all the detail because all we're looking at is the border, the outside edge. We're going to do next. I'm not going to cut anything. I'm just going to leave it just like it is. That's good. I'm going to leave it just like it is. And I now have a nice little simple little applique. So I want to change my stitch options, and I'm going to increase the width to a 3.0. You don't have to do that, but you can do that. You can also change the color of your thread if you want to. You can come in here and select your fabric. I'm not going to go through all that. I just want to do this really quick. So I now have the base part of my house, but what I want to do, and I need to make sure I change this here. Hang on. I want to be in 3D mode so that you can actually see it as a satin stitch. Sorry. So what I want to do now is I want to get rid of those satin stitches, but first let's do the roof. So to do the roof, we're going to do Express Design again and Express Design into Rectangle. And again, I'm going to click, hold, and drag a box so that I have kind of a rectangle that's kind of in the area that I want that roof to be. And I'm going to do Create Express Border. And because I only have certain limited things on what I could use, and I could go to the internet and find a piece of clip art that's a triangle or whatever, a parallelogram or whatever it is I wanted to get. Here's in toys, what I did is I chose the kite. And we're going to do OK, and I'm going to do next. And because my kite is kind of crooked, and I actually only want this area of it, I can actually start turning this and turn it so that it is kind of, so it's the angle I need it to be. And I'm going to get it fairly close, and then we may have to play with it a little bit. And I'm going to get up here. If you look on the right-hand side, this is now the area that's going to be, but see, I need to turn that a little bit more because I need it to just be this area here. So I'm going to turn it some more, and of course it goes back out, which I wish it wouldn't do, but it does. And again, I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to get really close. Oh, it's just about right. I'm going to just go a little bit more. And that's pretty daggone good. Okay, so I'm going to get that in there real close, and then I'm going to drag this over to the side, and make sure you're watching over on the right hand side to make sure that you're not losing that one black line that goes across the bottom. It can happen. I'm going to get that a little bit closer. Now we're going to do next. And now I have this funky looking thing. It's okay, because all it's going to do is look at the outside edge. We're going to do next. And it's kind of goofy looking, but for this purpose, like I said, if you wanted to, you could go to the internet and go find a actual rectangle to create this, but we're just going to leave it like this. We're going to do stitch options. I'm going to change that to 3.0 like I did on the square. I can select my fabrics. I can do a couple of other things in here, or change the color of the thread. In fact, I could do that right now. Let's go change that. And I'm going to change that into a brown because that's going to be the roof. And then I'm going to do finish. So what I want to do is actually get rid of that area back here, this part of satin stitches, but I have to be very careful when I'm doing that so that I don't also get rid of the stop commands for my applique, because I need it to still do that. So I'm going to actually click on my square, and I'm going to go to the Modify tab, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this so that I see nothing. Nothing is there, which is what I kind of want. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to watch this play. And you see how this works? I need to get so that I only have the satin. If I take and cut that whole area out, I'm going to lose those the stitches that are back here at the back for laying my fabric. So I have to be kind of careful with that. So if I take this and move this all the way to this side, now I can watch just the satin stitch sew. And I have to be kind of careful again. I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to click on the magnifying glass down here, and I'm going to zoom in here. And I want to see there's a little line that's going across here. That's part of that applique that I don't want to go away. So I need to kind of move this just a little bit more. And I can use my arrow keys. And as soon as you start seeing that line go across it's right there, I need to back that off again. So I need to get rid of that because I don't want to lose that command to lay down fabric. So even if I only go that far, I'm pretty close. So I'm going to now take box select, and I'm going to see I've got that shadowed. The other one is shadowed behind there, which is the roof part, if you can see it. And I'm going to hit box select and click, hold, and drag a box around that top area, and then I'm going to hit delete. Now I want to make sure that everything's good, so I'm going to go back to the home tab, and I still have my applique, and if I watch this sew out, it's still going to do what I need it to do. So I'm just going to kind of move it along. And it still kept my commands, and it got rid of those satin stitches. Don't forget to save it and do your thing. You can also change your fabrics. You can do those kinds of things later. But I just wanted you to see how easy it is to do. And again, this is kind of a goofy looking one because I used that kite, which has got some wavy edges. But if you had found a piece of clip art that was actually a triangle, or what was ever applicable for your roof, you can do it that way. I hope that helps explain what you might be able to do to get rid of those extra satin stitches. Thanks for watching.